So this was a student that I worked with that was a good player, played in college, went to medical school, did his whole thing, and so hasn't played in a while. And he tested out as a front post golfer. So when we looked at his swing, he would take the club back, he'd shift into his right side, as you can see, and then go through, a lot of lateral coming down. Couldn't generate a lot of speed. His club speed in this swing was 81 miles an hour, and if you watch this swing, its tempo was really slow, 7.8 to 1. This is normal speed. This is not slowed down. He's purposely being a little slow in delivery. You can see pretty good looking swing, but couldn't generate any speed, didn't have any real control over his ball, consistency wise. And when we tested him out, I do a single leg test. He swung much better when he was on his left leg versus his right leg. So you can see his force graphs here. The timing was pretty good. Really not too bad with anything, and it looks like a classic rear post golfer, but he doesn't test out that way, so it was difficult. So we did a little bit of work with him, and this is what we came up with. This is after talking about staying a little bit more on his front leg in the backswing, and trying to speed up his tempo a little bit. You can see his tempo got down to 3.9 to 1. And this swing, he swung the club 84 miles an hour, almost 85 miles an hour. So now he's staying a little bit more centered, trying to post up a little bit better. A little bit more vertical force, a little less lateral. Not too much, but increase in speed. So he went and worked on it. Then he came back, and we did some more work. And then we did this drill for him. And one of the things we talked about with him was how to actually, he was trying to push up on the ground instead of push down. So he's trying to lift up. And I said, I want you to try to push your foot through the plate. As soon as he did that, you can see his vertical force here. So this was his swing here. Same tempo, 3.8 to 1, which is for him is pretty good. But look at his vertical force. So he generated a lot more speed. He swung the club here 86 miles an hour just standing on one leg. After doing all this work and some exercises, this was his last swing. These are 7-irons. So you can see he went from 154% of vertical to 182. His club speed on this swing was 90 miles an hour. So he went from 81 miles an hour when we started to 90. This is over about a 10-day period. You can see the swing here, his tempo got down to 3.4 to 1, which for him felt fast. Really feeling himself use the ground better. This shot carried 161 yards. But just to see the difference in just training, again, he looked like a good player at the beginning, nice, everything looked pretty, but just didn't have any speed there. So when we talked about how to use the ground a little bit better on the swing cat and showed it to him, then did the drills, he got a better understanding of what he's supposed to do. This to him felt like a pretty easy swing, and you can see it's not even a full swing going through, and he generated a lot more speed.